It was electric. I was really excited. I even got like a little emotional after the game, I think. So pretty surreal, but we needed it, and I'm glad that we got the tie. I kind of was hoping for the W, but take what we can get for the moment.
All right, we'll start with Julia Poe for our first question.
Hey, Phoebe, thanks so much for the time and congratulations on the assist tonight. What was kind of going through your head when you looked up and saw Alex for that assist, and how did it feel, in the moments after as you were watching the ball come down and watching her complete through it?
Yeah, so I think a pretty big part of our game plan was exploiting the fact that they play a pretty aggressive back line, pretty high back line, which is something that I, in the last game, wasn't as keen to exploit. So I just wanted to make sure that I was giving us opportunities with those long balls in behind. And I looked up and I saw Alex on sides, and I know she's always willing to make that run. And it bounced well for her, and I was just elated. It was really spectacular.
We'll go to Meg Linehan.
Phoebe, just in terms of now shifting from Challenge Cup to the grind of a regular season, obviously it is week 1, but how do you feel the team is adjusting to now, it's 24 games in front of you, 23 now. What is that adjustment like?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have such depth and variability with our starting 11 that the length of the season is something that we should be able to weather fairly well. I don't think we've started the same 11 in a game yet. So that just speaks to our depth, and that players can start one game and not start another, and it doesn't matter because everybody that's coming onto the field is giving that 110% that we need to get wins. And I think at the end of the day, that's the most important thing about enduring this whole season.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks.
We'll go to Austin David.
Hey, Phoebe. It seemed like the kind of confidence was exuding from you throughout the game, just in your play and your ability with the ball. Can you just talk about how confident you are with the ball at your feet compared to maybe some other center backs?
Yeah, I think I always like to have the ball at my feet. I guess in that respect, maybe like I'm a little bit of a control freak. Like I'd rather like me make the mistake and then me be able to like correct it and whatnot. I'm also, I think, fairly proficient with the ball at my feet, and I'm happy to take on players. And in this game in particular, I think their front line was dropping back whenever we were driving with the ball. So if it wasn't going to be me and Allie breaking lines, then we weren't really going to be able to break them down too much. So I thought it was really important that we had that confidence coming out of the back on the ball.
I'm going to go to Luis Carlos Pineda.
How you doing, Phoebe? Congrats on the assist and the
Thanks.
point. My question is, how did it feel, or what are some of the things you did to contain Hatch and Trinity Rodman? Because your job, I mean, I've never seen anybody cover like that. The back line commanded so well. So congrats to you and the team. Obviously, the point was well needed.
Yeah, I think a huge part of that is giving them back the physicality that they bring. Just bump their runs. Don't let them get any free runs in the box. They're so athletic. They're so fast. They're so strong. And I think it's just matching that for 90 minutes. It's those lapses and focus that are going to hurt you at the end of the day. So I think Allie and I did a really good job of communicating, passing on players, bumping runners, and just really keeping our backline connected. And I think certainly in comparison to the prior games that we've had, this was definitely our most uniform performance from our back line.
Time for a couple more. We're going to go to Jeff Kassouf.
Phoebe, just wondering, you mentioned at the beginning there you got a little emotional about the result, the final there. Just anything specific, or just the start of the season, or?
I think it was all just really surreal. I didn't really get my rookie season last year because of COVID and everything. You guys all know. So to come back, get the start in our regular season home opener and also have an assist was really just a lot of validation for me. And it just felt really good.
Thank you.
Go to Scott Carnevale.
Hey, Phoebe. Since the start of the Challenge Cup, I think you've looked a little more confident in each game. In those handful of games, just how do you think you individually have improved?
Yeah. I think like I've kind of been mentioning, it's just like fine tuning of the details and just fine tuning that relationship between Allie and myself or whoever it is playing next to me. And I think one thing that really, really helps me get confidence on the field is the more I talk, the more I'm communicating with everybody across the back line, the more confidence I have, because the more I feel we're on the same page. And that gives us a little more freedom when we know that we're all covering for each other and we're all in the right positions and organized. So I think that's been a huge factor in all of it.
Last question, back to Julia.
Phoebe, how did it feel for you and Courtney to be playing alongside each other on the back line after, obviously having so much history playing together before?
Yeah, I love playing with Court. She's just one of those players who's never going to give up on the ball. She's never going to stop working hard. I mean, you saw her today. She has a cast on her arm. Like, the girl can play through pretty much anything, and she does. And I think we just have a really good understanding. She wants to be that super attacking-minded player, and I'm more than happy to cover for her if that's the role that I'm playing in the game. And I think we just both have a really good understanding of each other's habits, and it works well for us.